Hello, thank you for listening to me today. Have you ever wanted to be someone else? Have you ever admired somebody? Have you ever looked at someone and said, I wish I was that person, or I wish I could be like that person? Even growing up, did you wish that that person's dad was your own dad, or that person was you, and all of that? Did you wish to have come from a different place? Oh, I think we all had our bouts of that. I remember when I was in high school, secondary school, we call it back home. I I wanted to be some other kids because I'd lost my dad then, and I didn't want to be that child that did not have a dad, you know. But what I'm going to talk about today is an interesting topic to me because it speaks to me, So I believe that someone out there will like it as well. It's called No One is Better Than You. All of us were born equally by God. God is the eternal, the supreme leveler. It's irrespective of your background, irrespective of your parents' status, irrespective of your religion, your belief system, irrespective of where you're from. It's got nothing from God, from creation. All of us are equal. We all spent 9 months in our mother's wombs. We all came out at certain appointed times. We all were born naked. So we're all equal and all equal at creation. And at birth, there's one resource that God gave to every human being born on this earth, and that resource is called time. So what is the difference between you and that person you like to be, who is probably even younger than you, and you've not gotten there, or you've not reached that dream, that aspiration, or what you hoped to be? It's the conversion, the investment, the use, or the waste of time. That's where the difference comes from, or that's where the difference lie. A lot of people, study, a lot of people improve, develop their lives, a lot more don't. I read a piece just today. It says that the average person reads about 2 books a year, while like chief executives and the rich people that got rich by working hard, read like 4 to 5, 6 books in a month. What a difference. And again, Zig Ziglar said the difference between the rich and the poor is that the rich have small televisions and big libraries, while the poor have massive big televisions and small libraries. How you develop yourself, how you increase yourself, how you groom yourself is where your greatness lies. You may be where you are today. You may say, what do you mean by no one is better than me? I don't have a job. Maybe I'm experiencing a divorce today, or maybe I'm going through a hurt, a loss of a loved one, loss of material things. There's no way you can say no one is better than me. I'm just worse off. If I'm not the worst, but at least I'm down there. No one is better than you. Let that stick. If you have a dream, you can get there irrespective of where you come from, like I said. And don't forget that all of us are given that one resource, which is 24 hours. Yeah, we all come from different time zones. It doesn't matter where your time zone is. If you're in Europe, Asia, the East Standard Time, Eastern Standard Time, whatever time you use, you still have 24 hours. I have 24 hours. So what we do with that time is what brings out the greatness in us. So I just want to admonish us today, to begin to invest our time. Study whatever you do. What profession are you in? What business are you in? Study, thank God for internet, Google, Yahoo search, Bing, and all of those search engines. There is maybe not absolutely, but there's so much you can get from the internet. There's basically nothing you're looking for now that you can't find on the internet. I remember one time I took my child to the doctor, the pediatrician, and he was like, I'll give you this medication. I just picked up my phone. He said, I know that's the modern mom. You're going to Google that medication, see the side effects and all of that, and we just laughed over it. Yeah, these things are out there for us to improve and develop ourselves, So let's not stop being mediocre. Let's get on, because no one is better than us. Let's move on, So what I say, like to my kids, I say to us, let's not waste any more time. There's this American poet, Carl Sandburg. He was a prose writer, prolific prose writer. He won 3 Pulitzer Awards, 2 for his writings and 1 for his biography on Abraham Lincoln. Right? He said, time is a coin, and you're given just that one coin. It's up to you how you spend it, but be careful. Don't let anyone spend it for you. So don't give your time away to frivolities. Don't waste your time on things that will not be beneficial to you. From today, decide that you will not waste any more time. You will begin to develop. Every day have a product. Every day develop yourself. Read a book. Search for things that pertain to what you like or what your work, where you work or your profession or what you love to do. Study those things, check them out, discuss, teach your kids, teach your children not to just sit by the television 24 hours, become couch potatoes, not to just, play on the PlayStations and the Xboxes and the phones and all of that. All those games are out there sometimes, I believe, to distract us. Some people have developed them and are making their money, and here, we're just sitting down and not being developed. So that is where the difference lies. Now, no one is better than you. There's a scripture in the Bible in Deuteronomy 28. God says we're the head and not the tail. That is a very massive pronouncement of God upon us. We are the head and not the tail. We are above only and never under. That means no one is better than you. You're on top. Your neighbor is on top. Your friend is on top. Your mate is on top. All of us can be on top. The sky is big enough for all the birds to fly. But are you ready to take your place in the sky? You have to get up and you have to work for it. You can't just sit back there, and moan over your background. I couldn't do this because of that. My parents could not. My parents cannot. My parents will not. I couldn't. I cannot. I'm too sickly. Oh, you don't have the kind of circumstances that I've got. Oh, you don't know where I'm coming from. Oh, you don't know what I've had to go through in life. Oh, I don't know, darling. You don't know what I've had to go through too. You don't know what Abraham Lincoln had to go through, Thomas Edison, Bill Gates today. We have them, Nigerians, Aliko Dangote, the Michael Tedolas, and so many of them. We don't know what they had to all go through. But one thing is the fact that every one of them is where they are today, and we're looking at them, admiring them from a distance, talking about them, quoting them everywhere because they have invested. So I'm also going to talk about a man called Elon Musk, a South African that grew up with a lot of challenges, and the roughness of growing up at that time in that country. At the age of 10, he began to understand that he needed to invest his own time. He did not just sit back to play like his mates. He read. He was always going to the library. He didn't have it easy, but he wanted to become great. He wanted to become somebody in life. Every opportunity he had, he would use it to study, And he began to yield investment because by 10, he started reading. He could read for up to 10 hours. In so doing, he read the whole Encyclopedia Britannica. That's amazing. Now, from all his hard work, his study and everything, at that young age, he began to learn how to build rockets from the books he read, and he became the co-founder today of PayPal, Tesla Motors, the electric cars, and he's the CEO of SpaceX. He's into space exploration, he's into alternative energy. That's what the whole world is talking about now, going green, low carbon emission and all of that. He's championing that cause, and it is on record now that he's going to be the first to meet the $1 trillion mark as a net worth from that kind of background. He was not born with all of those things. He developed himself, invested his time, and he became great. Today, he is great. We know all the story about Bill Gates, Steve Jobs of blessed memory, and so many more. Go back in history, we read about the first light bulb, Thomas Edison, and all of that. I read outstandingly about Mary Kay Ash, the Mary Kay facial products we use, beauty products and all of that. It was so rough for that woman, it was really rough for her. She got married early because she just wanted to come out of the problems of poverty. Her dad was disabled, so her mom was fending for the family. She got married early enough so she can just run off, and then, reduce stress on her family and thinking, okay, the husband will help. The man went off to war, came back and divorced her, left her with 3 children. She started work. She was not fulfilled. And those days, as a woman, you don't go high in your organization wherever you work. So she ended up just leaving the job, but she didn't sit back. She began to, do things, little beauty products here and there, and today she has come to that point. I've read about the man Horatio Honda, the man that started the Honda machineries, Honda cars, Nigeria, we use a lot of Honda bikes, even generators and all of that. He went through so much stress. If he could have given up from where he was, he faced challenges of war, destroying everything he had in Japan, the bomb blowing off all his investments and all of that, and he kept on pushing on. Sometimes he would go borrow money. His wife had to sell all her jewelry and everything because he didn't want to just sit back. He knew that he was great, but it wasn't showing, that he had to work for it. Now, you are great. Don't look at where you are today. Don't look at your bank balance. Don't look at probably you don't have a job, or maybe you don't have a home, a house, probably moving from one place to the other. You may be going through some kinds of hardship at this point. A lot of us are going through different phases of, different issues and in every phase of life, but that does not mean you just settle for that. You need to arise, you need to come out, because there's something great in you, but you can't come out with you just giving up or just comfortable with just what you have. You may even have a good job, have a lovely home, have a good family, can afford holidays maybe once or twice a year, pay all your bills and all of that, but is that all? There is so much in us. There's an investment that if you do, people will come out of poverty. People will come out of problems. There is something out there for you. You have a destiny to fulfill. You have a mission to accomplish. You have a purpose to pursue. That is why God created you. You are not an accident. There is no one that is an accident, and you are not small. God cannot create anything small because anyone small, because we're all created in his image. That is why you have to arise from where you are and make up your mind to aspire to achieve that greatness. All those celebrities, we sit back and watch them on TV, we like them, we admire them. They did not just get there like that. When I watch programs like Britain's Got Talent, I see people say things like, oh, I started doing this at 3 years, I started doing this at 4 years. And I'm amazed. I say, oh, why wouldn't they excel? Why wouldn't they be so talented? So don't sit back. Get up now. Change your belief system. Change your mindset. Begin to invest your time so that you can become great, because no one is better than you. Don't relax. Don't give up, and don't be comfortable just where you are. Time is valuable. You can't own time, but you can use time. And time is life. If you spend or waste time, you spend or you waste life. You invest time, you invest life. All right, I'll be back to talk more about no one is better than you, because it's such a voluminous topic. We can't exhaust it at one sitting. So I'll leave us with a quote I read from Madonna. It says, no matter who you are, no matter what you did, no matter where you've come from, you can always change, become a better version of yourself. That is why I say no one is better than you. Now, don't forget to like my channel, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment, leave a criticism, leave your experiences, leave an advice. I can always record it when I'm doing my next recording, and share it with people. People need to know so much about themselves. We need to just expand and increase on every side. Thank you for watching. Bye.